Hi there. It has occurred to me over the last couple of weeks that as I'm thinking about these themes of our existence, what it means to think about our existence as being particular to our perspective as human beings, and then also about the idea that we, in some ways, really bring meaning to our existence through our perception of it and create that with our thoughts and our concepts. One of the songs from my recent Stargate album has cropped up as a kind of way of thinking about these things or illustrating these things. And I wanted to discuss that today. So the song is based on a book by Ursula Le Guin. Ursula Le Guin, wonderful writer. And she wrote a book called The Left Hand of Darkness. And in the book, the protagonist lands on a planet and encounters a intelligent species that is different from their own. So I'm going to play a little bit of the song and then talk a little bit about that. To my surprise, I've landed on a planet so cold that the seas shine like jewels. The Gathenians come forth and alone for years I succumb to the lightness and weep in the city's cocoon. They unwrap the layers to reveal neither man nor woman. A race evolved. Light is the left hand of darkness. These two are one. They go together like lovers at the end and the way. So that's part of the song Left Hand of Darkness from the album Starguide. And I guess what has been playing on my mind is this idea that, sort of a thought experiment. What if we were to encounter intelligent life forms that were different from us? And how does that illustrate this point that the meaning of our existence, our understanding our own existence, is really relevant because of the word our existence. So it's going to be different from the meaning of other existences in some important ways. So in this particular story, the protagonist lands on a planet, encounters a different kind of being, and in fact in the song the idea is that, or in the book and then in the song, the idea is that this is a species or a race that has evolved beyond being comprised of two sexes. So they are neither man nor woman, as the songs. And this immediately, I think, illustrates for me this idea of, well, that would change so many things if we were not man and women, if we were a species where these differences had ceased to exist. That would change all kinds of things about our perspective on being alive, being in the world. There are so many points of discussion, conflict, and concern today about the differences and similarities and equal rights of men and women. That would change if there was an evolution of our species, or if we encountered a different species where that question of a difference ceased to exist. So that's one point that I think kind of emphasizes or illustrates this idea that we consider the meaning of our existence from our perspective. And then the other aspect of the song that struck me was the chorus, and those are the lines, light is the left hand of darkness, these two are one. And this is not a new philosophical idea. This idea goes way back to the ancient Greeks that I know of, and is this idea that as we look at the world from the conceptual perspective through our thoughts, not only do we create the idea of good, but we also create the idea of evil or darkness, and that really they only have meaning and sense by the contrast and comparison of one with the other, which I think is a very powerful way of understanding that it is the concepts that we project onto the world through understanding ourselves that brings us to a greater understanding of our existence and why we strive in the ways that we do. So those were the two things that I thought were good sort of analogies, metaphors for understanding some of the things that I've been talking about. If you're interested in hearing the whole song, it's on the Star Guide album, and it's Left Hand of Darkness. So thank you again for watching. I will talk to you soon.